hello, hello. Hello, hello, everybody. This is going to be hashtag Midsummer Streamathon. And I need to turn this down before it starts hollering. Let's see. There we go. So, this is going to be a live video chat show where we interact with the chat room and do arts and crafts for adults. And let me see if I get me in here on my channel. And let's go to her. That's me, and there's me. And I think this is it. So we have Miriam. She's waiting on me. I'm sliding in first. I'm sliding in home on plate with a big win. Yeah, we got us a score. I'm sliding in. There's Kathy. Hi, Kathy, sweetie. Hello. Gigi's here. Oh boy, Becca's been talking about you. Becca was just on talking about how you and Gigi they stream together, and Gigi has a channel. There's Melanie. Hi, sweetie. Kelly Ann has a show. Miriam has a show. Hi, Candy. Hi, Rose here, and he has a show. A lot of players in here. There's Belinda and who else? Who else? Everybody saying hi. Hi, Maya. Hi, Alice. Good to see you. You're new to me. I hope if you have a channel, we'd like for the mods to put your channel in so we can share your channels. Yeah, we subscribe to everybody, each other. That's how we support each other. I was on last night, and we did our mascot, Cecile. I'm going to have to write that on here because I will forget. It's Cecile, Ceal, Cecile. And so uh, Monday is paint. We got paint alongs, and we got collaging and zines. Last night I attempted to do a zine book, and I don't know. I didn't do too good, but it's really not that bad after I look at it. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. I think we can survive. We can work on the zine and get it back to health. How about that? There's Kitty Jen. Hello. And there's Sije, and I don't know how to say that. Total Baldock. Okay. Hello. Welcome. Welcome in here. If you have a channel, we'll get the mods in here to slip those channels in for each other so that we can um, subscribe to each other. Celia, that's right. It's Celia. Very good. So I'm just going to take and put a date on this little baby. I like to date my things. There's Dana. Dana has a channel. She sure does. And Carol McDonald has a channel. Good morning, everybody. Woo, woo. I like woo riders. Hi, welcome to my channel. I hope you all like what I do. I do everything crafting, vintage Halloween design by Clint. There's Mr. Clint. Hi, Clint. Glad to see you. We're doing a streamathon. If some of my regular people don't know it, it's called hashtag Midsummer Streamathon. And this is a little extra gig that I've got going on today from 11:30 to 1:30, and then for the rest of the week, I will be streaming at midnight till 2 a.m. all the way through Friday, 12 midnight to 2 a.m. Then, in addition to that, I stream regularly on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays from 6 to 9. So I will be doing my regular streaming, and it's on the schedule for Tuesday and Thursday. And then, if I'm not mistaken, you can correct me if I'm wrong, Raul. We are going to do this streamathon all the way to till till Saturday till 6 p.m. And then at 6 p.m. I do my regular Saturday night stream, and I think they're going to have a little closing. So we'll have to get the announcements on the closing. So that's great. Raul's got the next two up, which is Miriam and Diana. And oh my gosh, it's a great couple here. We got a great duo coming up after me at 1:30. Wu says he just uploaded a new video of an alien. All right, being held by the U.S. military and government. All right, I love to see those type of videos, Wu. So we will be tuning in. That sounds fun. So, um, anyway, today I'm going to work on my zine, but while I'm working on my zine, um, I thought maybe we could discuss what we would like to do today. What else would you like to do today with me? Uh, because I need to paint something or something. I need to do something. And and if anybody has a picture that they would like to have painted, uh, I'm pretty open to loving suggestions. I do whimsical painting. It's not professional at all. It's totally amateur, but we have fun doing it. Yes, Gigi is in Sweden. That's right. Norway. I think that's what NY means. I'm not sure. Um, myself. uh, did you do the pig? Oh, Candy. Okay. Candy is one of my regular followers, and she sent me a picture the other day. And you're right, I did take a picture of it, and it is on my list to paint. It's on my list to paint. Um, let's go over here to my photos and see if I can find it. There it is. You can't miss it because of the red shoes. So we're gonna paint this little feller. Let's paint this little feller, and he's fuzzy. He's got some fur. He's got some pig hair on him, and he is walking in a puddle. Boy, oh boy. So we're going to paint him next. And what I can do is put it in my Facebook group. And if anybody wants to paint along, that they are welcome to paint along. Uh, and they like for me to post the pictures so that they can paint along. And there it goes into my Facebook group. If you're interested in my Facebook group, it is a private group. You have to ask to join, and then I will accept you later on. Let's see. Had two people want to join yesterday or last night rather. We do swaps, a swap once a month, and we will swap napkins, postcards, ACT cards, and much more, much more. We swap something every month, and I take all your names and divide them up and give everybody partners according to how many partners you want. And then they're in my Facebook group. If you're a member, you have access to our address file. It's private to the world. It's only public to us. So it's in the features and in the Facebook group. So if you're interested to join my group, it's Beth's Crafty Mixed Media Room, and that's what you would search for to get to my group. So we do all kinds of arts and crafts. I'm not a professional painter, but I do like to paint, and I say, well, it's whimsical. It's just whimsical. So that's that. So leave him up for a minute, and then I'm going to work on this zine for just a minute and talk about the zine. Is there anybody in the room that does not know what a zine is? Perhaps you don't know what a zine is. Has everybody made a zine before? They've been around. So, Michelle, are you saying that you have never made a zine before? Okay, okay, cool. Well, I don't know who made the zines up, but somebody who was very, very handy with paperwork came up with the zine, and it's a been around long time, and I just happen to have my zine box. So here's my zine box. Okay, it's a cigar box, and I keep all my zines in here, most of them. And a zine is a little book, and you can have it. You can do anything you want with your little book, but it sometimes it tells a story. Sometimes it tells a story. I'm looking for my story. Okay, so this is a zine that Chris Clue made, and Chris Clue is one of my followers, and she's a streamer in our community, and she made this zine, and it's all done with colored pencil, and it's all done on one sheet, and you fold it together and put the book together, and you end up with 4 pages, one sheet of paper, and you've got two side pockets, and two top pockets in your zine. And you could put little things inside your pockets if you. Of course, we like pockets around here, so we always put things in our pockets. And it usually tells a little story. It can tell a little story. This was for 2022, and it's obviously a Christmas holiday zine with some coloring in it, and it talks about different things around Christmas time, and then it says drawing and her name, Chris Clue, and she's one of our favorite artists around here. But here's another one of the same book, but it I can open it up and show you how to fold a zine. It's one sheet of paper, and here we go. This was the first page, and then I think it goes around this way to the last page, and you cut it, you fold it with 8 squares, and then you pinch it and you push it together to make an X. It makes an X, and then you fold it together, and it makes a little booklet, and then all you have to do is maybe glue a little bit on the bottoms to close the bottom pieces of the paper on the bottom. There's 2 together, and you would just sort of lightly glue those together right there, and and uh, and again right there on the bottom. I've got it marked where you would put the glue, and then you have a little booklet. And we do zine swaps, and we have fun. Here's a round one. This is a button zine, and it's got a little story to tell too. I think it goes this way. No, I think it goes this way. It says cute as a button, and the next page says I have a special jacket, and then it says I really think it's great. It has 11 buttons, but I only do up 8. And that's just a little twist on a zine shaped like a homemade paper button. And it's done by Janet Nash, one of my followers, and she lives in the UK and she streams. So a zine is a little tiny book, and uh, the way to cut it. Let's see if I can find one. I think we can. Oh, we can use this one. You can use any size paper to make a zine. So here I used a legal piece of paper last night. This is a legal size piece of paper, but you can use any size paper, scrapbooking paper, construction paper, any kind of paper you got will do. And so you fold it in half, and then you fold it in half, and then you fold it in half till you get this size. And it turns out to be 8 squares, 8 pages. You've got 8 pages here. And then the last step is to pinch these 2 ends, pinch them together right there, and you push it together to make an X. Make an X or a cross. And then you just literally fold it down and burnish the edges, and you've got a zine, and you've got 4 pages. And I numbered the pages. Well, there's 4 pages, but then there's 2 sides to each page, so you have 8 sides to decorate. And this one would be the top pocket, the side pocket, a top pocket, and a side pocket. And then you would lightly glue the edges of all of these bottoms along down here. And there you have your zine. And it's a hi Nancy, hi Janet, people coming in. That's great. Maya, Alice, I said hi to you. Colleen's here. Crafting on a Budget's here. Woohoo! Good to see you all. Janet, will you go and put this in my Facebook group for me? I forgot to put it over in my Facebook group. So she's my helper. But anyway, that is a zine, and I do these a lot in my streams, and we decorate them and stuff. So for those of you who are in my regular groups, you just ask me again, and I'll do it. I'll do it again, and a little bit slower maybe if I need to. And there's all kinds of videos about zines. You can always Google's videos up. So yeah, that's a good idea too. So so anyway, I'm working on this little zine right here, and I just want to make a few more uh, additions to the size. And I'm collaging because that's one of the things that we are to do today. Of course, we get to cheat. Marion says we can cheat. We don't have to do what it says. But so far, I have been following directions very well, and I hope that you guys enjoy what I do and come back to see us. I've been for the new people. I don't like to repeat and repeat, but for the new people, I've been streaming for 5 years, and I just got to my 1,000 subscribers, and I'm happy about that. And I'm in the middle of trying to get monetized, and I think I just need to fill out another form. I haven't found it yet, but I'm sure once I find it, I'll get through it, and then I can earn just. I'm going to do the one ad at the front of my video, and then I'm not going to have any interruptions, and it'll just be when you first come in the group, and that way I can earn a few pennies, and I can buy me some more glue. So here's what this is looking like. I like that one. There we go. We got 2 pages there. So we're doing good. So anyway, this was just a piece of painty paper. And last night I said, well, if I don't like this side, I can always do it on this side and fold it, and this will be my zine. So we have options. We have options. But anyway, I was just playing around with the zine, and you can do anything you want with your zine. And Becca, who was just on, she was talking about glue books, and I do glue books as well. I love my glue, all my glue books. Let me look for one that here is this is my napkin book. It's an old recycled book, hardback book, and I take and remove about every other page I tear out, and I'll leave some pages in this book, and then I glue napkins down. Hi, Cheryl. Welcome, honey. Hi, Peter. Pete. Thank you, Peter, for 1,000 subscribers. Yes, thank you, Peter. Peter is Gent. He is from Germany. We've got people from all over. Everybody, put in where you're from. Andrew is here. Hi, Andrew. He is from Alaska. So everybody, put where you're from. Let's show everybody where we're from. So. So anyway, I'm just going to do a few little pages of this flip, and then we're going to get busy on our pig because it'll take me a minute to do it and talk. So here is like what I like to do when I finish a page. I like to decorate it and glue onto the napkin. And this one is just done with stickers and punch outs. And I got a piece of lace on the edge, and I love that. That really makes it cute when you put the book up. It's cute. It's cute when you open the book. It's just a piece of lace. Now this is a napkin of yellow roses, and I put things that blend with this page. And um, so the giraffe and the cheetah and the person riding the bike. So I like to do a little glue page into it, a collage, and that's how I like to do my glue books, my books. This one's got two face page napkins. These were napkins, and I colored this one in. And I'll get in the mood when I flip through, and something will hit me to do something, and then that's how the page is born. Here's another glue page. This is a napkin on the background, and I've got a bird and her nest, and I need to put an egg in her nest. And I've got eggshells. Shall I show you how I decorate some of my things? I just happen to have a little tub of eggshells, and I do eggshell art. So what I'm going to do here, this is called squirrel. Does anybody of y'all do squirrels? Where you go off on another path like a rabbit trail? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to exaggerate an egg with my glue. Of course, I probably should have more than one egg, but we'll do one for right now. And we can have a little brown egg. And what I like to do is I just lay a shell right on top of my egg, and the shell is concaved, right? It's got a curvature to it from the naturalness of the egg. And then while it's on the glue, I take and I push down with my finger, and it crackles. And then when that dries, that'll dry, and that'll hold the egg. And you can go around maybe and do a little bit of detailing, and that doesn't have any glue on it, so it'll fall off. and then that little piece there. So I made it more rounder, and it's a little fiddly, but it's there. But anyway, we made a bird egg. So that's something that I like to do, and I can show you some other arts. I can do a flip through for you guys. So there we go, and there's little people, there's die cuts, there's ephemera pieces, pictures, old photos, map paper, and so there's a tassel over here on the eyelet, so that's cute. And this nest was made with that artificial hair that you make dolls with. So I will put a piece of wax paper there so it doesn't glue to the other side. And I'm just going to flip through a few more pages. Here's another page that I did. This flower was the napkin, and I added things that blended in with the garden. And I've got a garden statue, a plant, a butterfly, and so a little cluster up here. Another cluster uh, of sorts, and it's a great way to use up your Happy Mail. This is a Happy Mail page, and things were given to me, and I turned it into two clusters on two pages, and I love it. And this is a little envelope, and you can take and put something in it. You can take and put something in it. We could put this in it. This is a piece of painted paper, jelly plate paper. So we got to put something in the pocket. That's only makes it right. And so you can see the way you can do things. And once you get started with collaging, it grows on you. Now this page, I didn't have to do a thing to it because this was the entire napkin. So the only thing I can think about is maybe put a little cluster here on the corner or something like that would be cute. So, and then here's another one that I did with the napkin in the background and Happy Mail up front and dreaming of the love. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Nothing but love there on that page. This is an antique playing card. Look how old that one is. And a little tag from a card. Isn't that cute? But anyway, this is my napkin book, and there's more in here that I've done. And then I think I've got some napkins to glue down yet too. So this book is in progress, and it's just really fun to do. Fun to do. And here's the big beach ball, and they're swimming. And you will bounce today. Woohoo! So fun, so fun. So we work on this book all the time, and I've got other books to show uh, too when I stream. A lot of times the girls will say, "Will you show us one of your books?" And I try to pull one out since I've been streaming for 5 years. So I do have a collection of art books, and this is one that I did, and I showed this last night a little bit. And we like to do a variety of things: paper, painting, splatters. Here's another eggshell, and it's fun. It's just so fun. I love the variety of everything. It just warms my heart. Warms my heart that we do a variety of things. Watercolor, we do mixed media. This is cute with the cat and then the palm trees in it. And I live in Florida, so I have a lot of palm trees. We do a lot of games. This is one of our swaps where we trade names, and I do all the trading, and I can do all that within what 15 minutes, and I'm done. I can swap, do it fast. I'm good at it now. And some of them are not so good, but you don't you don't get any better if you don't try and try to practice. You got to practice your work until you do something good, until it does come out cute, until you do a good job. That was a good job. And here was my inspiration. I like to have an inspiration to paint with. And I love Whimsical. And this was a shopping bag. And I bought the shopping bag just to get the 9 dogs on the side of the shopping bag. There was nine dogs, and we've done quite a few of them. And then sometimes when we think we're drawing a German Shepherd, it looks like a werewolf. But I love the eyes. I don't know how I did those eyes that way, but those eyes are just mesmerizing. But that's just a little thing. And we do when we do our swaps, sometimes we put our, like, this was a postcard swap, and I made the book online here to put my postcards in. And these were all the postcards that I got from uh 22 or 23. I've got a date on it somewhere. And we had a postcard swap last year, and these are all the postcards, and I sewed them in with a Coptic stitch. It's a slip knot stitch. It's real easy to do. I'm always advertising that stitch because everything lays flat when you open it. But there's all my postcards from last time. And we were just finishing up a postcard swap in my group just this month. So I'll have a few more postcards coming in. And anyway, I'm getting my drawing book back out. And this is my big one. This is my big book. And we're going to do the pig in here, on here. So what I like to do is I have to bring it up, and then I have to, uh, I'll sketch them out first. And I used to sketch in pencil, but now I'm brave. I'm brave. I sketch with a pen. Yeah, I'm brave. And that's what happens after 5 years. And you know what? If anything happens, I've got plenty of more paper. So, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid at all. So this would look good on a landscape, but we're going to do them. We're going to do them here, and we'll have them. We'll have an upper part to decorate, and I can do kind of some things that I did last night. Did any of y'all see? How many of y'all have not heard of expand paste? That's one of my specialties. Get to show off my expand paste. So this little piggy here, he's got a head and he's got an ear. They're elf ears. I'm making it like an elf ear anyway. Here we go. That one's over there. So here's our little pig head. It comes down here and he's got a snout. A snout. We're going to make him a snout. And then this one comes around to the bottom of the face. And then we go down to his body. We don't have to worry about drawing any pig feet because his pig feet are in the boots. So we can go ahead and make a boot, a rainy boot, something like that. And then his leg goes down in there like that and like that, or like that. Make him a belly. And then he's got another boot back here. Like that. And then he's got his behind. Let's make him a back. He's just a little guy. And then on here, they don't, I'm going to put this other leg in here on the other side. And his other boot back there. like that. That's okay. That's okay. And see this mark right here? Well, we'll work it in. We'll work it in. It's not going to be a problem at all. So over here, he's got his other leg, and I'm going to put it down here, about right there. We'll put his other leg in there and his other boot over here, like that. That's okay. That's okay. And then we are going to put a pig's tail on here, a little pigtail, and I will probably thicken that up just a little bit. And I'm just using uh, a King Art palette pen. It's just a palette pen. It's a felt tip. And I bought a whole set of these palette pens, and they go all the way down to really tiny, 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 tiny nibs. I don't like the tiniest ones because one thing, I draw hard when I draw, and the nibs fell off of one of them, so I threw it away. And then the other one, I accidentally left the lid off, and I couldn't get it to work again. So I threw that one away. So here's his little eye. There's his eye. And he's got a ring. He's got layers of his eye here. So we're going to give him an eye. And I'm going to go ahead and put a partial eye over here. He's kind of looking over here is what he's looking at us. He's looking at us. And then this is going to be his snout, and it's going to have a couple of rings, and it kind of goes up like that on his nose. And then this is a little bit bigger here, and we're going to make him two little holes right there. And then when I paint him, I'm going to give him a little bit of fur. See the fur on him? He's got a little bit of fuzzy, baby fuzz, peach fuzz. And I'm going to give him some peach fuzz, and that'll bring that out. And I have good vibes that this is going to look kind of cute. So he's a little wonky, but first time cold turkey for me. This is good. First time, yeah. So we will put some things in the background. Maybe we can make a fence. We can ad lib on some things. We can put a little gate or something, and then I'll do a little bit of sky. And did you all answer my question? Have you all ever? Who has not heard of expand paste? If you've all heard about it, then I won't have to. I won't have to do too much about it. You all talking amongst yourselves, and that's fine. So thank you, Raul or Miriam. Thank you, Miriam. And Janet loves wonky. Me too. But a pig is a pig is a pig is a pig. That's right, Miriam. A pig is a pig. You're awake now, babysitting the granddaughter. Okay. Enjoy that. They grow up too fast. Alrighty. Okay. So let me get some, and he's a blonde pig. So a lot of times I do my background first. Then I paint the pig on top, and I can still do that. So why don't I do a little wash on the back, and I'm going to use this light sand color. This is called Beach Combers. I used it last night on the beach, on our beach that we had. And this would be a good color for the pig, so we can save that for the pig and do maybe another brown. I could do a little, what's it called? Ensemble. When you do a 3 or 4 shades that are similar. um, what's it called? Might be good for the pig too, with a little bit of gold. And I'll do the background with these. And I'm just going to do like a little water wash. It won't be real thick. So here's what I'll do. I'll just put a little bit out. I don't need a whole lot. Won't need a whole lot. And I'll get my paintbrush, and I'm going to use a fan brush for this. And my brush is going to be real wet when I pull it out. I'm going to leave it wet, and then I'm going to mix it in with this brown paint, and it'll make it soupy. It's kind of like the way you make splatters. And what I'm going to do is make a little grounding here. And it doesn't matter if I go over the pig a little bit, because I'm going to paint the pig. But this is the ground that he's walking on. This is the pig pen. And one of the things that the audience, you viewers, get to do is you get to name the pig. So you all pick out a name for the pig. Pick out a name. So I'm just going to do a little bit more here. And that's where I'm going to put the fence. Just a little something. That'll dry fast too. Put that back in the water, and I don't need the dark brown anymore, but I do want the gold and the sand. So I'm going to put a little bit of golden on him first. Oh, Joyce says, oh, Pinky, Homer. Now we're going to vote. See, Miriam. Okay. Googly eyes. Oh my gosh. Miriam is daring me. Oh, goodness gracious. Well, I do have googly eyes, and googly eyes are not out of the question for my art. But what about sticker eyes? Wouldn't these look cute with the eyelashes? That's what I'll do. All right, Miriam. I got these on Amazon, guys. I use them all the time. They're great. They're funny to put in Happy Mail, and and I love to laugh and have fun. We have so much fun in our groups. So all I have to do now is get my fingernail underneath that sticker. There it is. We're going to do the eyelash ones, and they fit right there. Oh, look at that. How about that? Isn't he just dreamy? He's saying, look at me. I'm a piglet. Oh, we could use Piglet for his name. From Winnie the Pooh. Oh, okay, Joyce. It'll be okay. I did this last night. I put the eyes on first. I painted around the eyes on this seal last night. And another thing that I like to do is I just paint out of the bottle. I'm a crafter. I'm a true crafter. So I paint out of the water. I'm going to put a little bit of this gold down first. And I might just, it's not going to be the whole pig, because I'm going to use some of that sand on top of it. So the gold is going to be really for highlights. And I will put a little bit of pink in his ears. And I could put a little pink on his nose, and maybe on his belly. Yeah, we can put a little bit of pink on him. My grandkids do the fair every year. They like to do the county fair, and they're big. And one of the daughters has horses, And the kids have done. They've showed pigs, chickens, cows, and rabbits and chickens. They show the animals in the fairs, and then after they show their animal, they auction the animals off to local farmers, and they buy the animals, and then they give the money to the kids for the money, and then the kids got to put the money in the bank for their college. So that was good. That's a good thing. So the kids earned money showing the animals. So they and my daughter and they still have horses. They still do horses. Love the horses. They love the horses. So now I'm going to do this light sand and brighten him up. The gold is going to be good. So it'll come through. And then after I paint him, I will probably go around and redo my black ink, my frame on him. And I might be able to put some other characteristics in on him. But this is how I paint, and it's just a hodgepodge of way to do things, and I take my time and I talk about it and talk my way through it. I've learned so much from other streamers. I'm always talking about Dee Dee Willingham and the Mary Altier, and there's a lot of good sketch artists in my group. Uh, they do very well, and I do okay. Everybody likes what I do because I do it and I'm funny, and it's all good. It's all well. It's all good and well done. But I'm really just a crafter, and I'm not putting myself down. That's a compliment. That's what I do best. And the main thing is we're having fun, and there's no right or wrong in your art, guys. No right or wrong. uh, Art is fun for everybody, and there is no wrong. And it's great to do it with your family and your kids and grandkids, and get them in there and put a brush in their hand and let them glue or let them paint. It's wonderful. It's wonderful to do. Every time my grandkids, when they were youngins, I would always have an art project for them to do when they come see me, and then they always went home with something to put on the refrigerator. Always, always. We always had a good time. And he's coming along. Look, he's coming along. Look at that. So anyway, I was listening to Becca just a few minutes ago. She was on. Becca and Dana. They stream with me sometime. We do a trio, and the Three Musketeers, or the Three. I think it's more like the Three Stooges in our stream. It's very comical, and and Dana. I mean Becca. She had never painted before. She met me, and I got her to paint, and then she got Dana to paint, and they both paint better than I do. And I'm not kidding. I'm not. It's not a bad comment. It's just the truth. They do paint very well, and so anyway, uh, Dana was talking about she's getting ready to have it, or Dana's getting ready to have a sale, and Becca is also going to get ready to have a big sale, and that she likes to sell things on Whatnot. Becca does, and then Dana, she sells on here on her channel, and we all three have Facebook pages, and But everybody kind of likes my group for the addresses because I got a good group with a lot of addresses, and it's, of course, I do the swaps. I do a lot of swaps. And but I don't sell anything in my group, in my room, but I was doing a giveaway on my art supplies and trying to destash in my room, and all it cost was just shipping. So you send me the shipping, and then I will FaceTime you, and that you pick out what you want to put in your box, and I pack it full, and it doesn't matter how heavy it is, as long as it's packed. If it fits, it ships. And so if anybody's interested in a D-stash box, let me know, because I'm trying to really get a lot of this out of here. I've got too much. I've been downsizing, and I had, a big box of pom poms. Well, nobody needs that many pom poms. And then I found another bag of them because I couldn't find the box, so I bought more. And then Dana came over here and tried to help me clean my art room, and one thing led to another, and she says, "You don't need all those pom poms." I said, "Okay, I'll give them up." And then when I destashed them, nobody wanted pom poms. I put them in baggies. So everybody got I stuffed a baggie of pom poms in everybody's box just to get rid of them. But I did also donate a lot of stuff to the secondhand store. So that was good. It was all good. It was all good. And so uh but anyway, like I said, I do mixed media. So I have a lot of crafts, and my closet's full, and I haven't even gotten up on top of it yet, get some things down. But I still got some more stuff up there I could thin out. So I was keeping uh, those clear shoe boxes. I got a whole bunch of those shoe boxes from Walmart, and I started putting everything in a shoe box and then labeling it. And then when I put it back in my closet, I've got them stacked up kind of alphabetical wise. So if I needed pom poms, I know to go to the P's, and I could find the pom poms easier. So that's how that worked. And then I went back and I said, I don't need a whole shoe box full of pom poms. So I halved them. And then I mixed it with something else, lace or something. And then, you know, I because you don't need that much at one time. You just don't do it. So anyway, I even halved it again. So there's these little boots. I guess I'm going to have to uh, make a puddle. I can do that with that other brown that I put back. But anyway, if y'all have any questions, type them in caps, and see if so I can see the capitals better than the littles. And Cheryl, did you get my box that I sent you, the first box? You, I can't remember if you told me you got the box yet or not. I mailed her a box, and she couldn't get into her lock package box at the apartment. And I sent Cheryl a box of crafts. She's got a box already, but I don't know if she actually received it or not because she lives in an apartment complex. So anyway, there's part of everything. I've got a little more detail to do on the pig. I've got his boots, and I think it would be fitting. It would be very fitting if I could maybe find some stickles. Yeah. Let's see if I can find something glittery to put on his boots. And I do have stuff. I probably have other glitter, but this is pink. But we're going to put pink on his red shoes and give him a. There's Mary. Hi, Mary. We're going to put some glitter glue on him, and you don't need a whole lot. And this is Dollar Tree. This is Dollar Tree stuff, and it lasts forever. Never goes bad. But this will be cute. So you put a little bit of that on there, and you can use it. Get your little paintbrush, and it'll spread out a little bit like that. And he'll have his little boots, rain boots on. That one is wonky, but that's okay. So we got a little bit of sparkle in his boots. He's got a sparkle in his step. And then that's all you need right there. And if you forget to do something, you can always go back and do it. So that's all you need there. Put that back in water because that's glue. Put that back up. You don't need any more of that. Okay. Now I do need a little bit of pink. Need a little bit of pink on him. Brenda said she had a whole big box of pom poms that her mom gave to her, and she re-gifted them to 3 different schools, and then she kept a little bit for herself. There you go, Brenda. Share the pom poms, and I did. I shared my pom poms. But one of the things about the pom poms with an art book is, you want to keep things kind of flat. So I don't really use them too much. But I do make Christmas ornaments around Christmas time, and I use them then sometimes. So we got his ears, his little elf ears. He looks like an elf. I'm going to give him a little bit of a belly and just a little bit of highlights. That'll be all right. We could have some little pink, underlying pink around there somewhere. So there, yeah. Just a little highlight. He's looking good. I like him. So let's pick a fence. We're going to do puddles. Puddles and a fence. So I'm going to use a little bit of this. And I'm going to do it real lightly, just like I did the pink down here underneath him with my little brush. And I'm going to kind of do some little bit of a puddle here. And it's a little muddy. He matches. It's pig pen. He's in the pig pen. Did you all decide which name you wanted to use? Take a vote. Somebody said Pinky, and someone said uh, oh shoot, Homer. So there's his little puddles. Boots. Hi, Lisa. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, everybody. Everybody, give me a thumbs up. And if you can, come back and revisit some of the other videos and leave a little comment. Just say, you could say, hey, I'm just passing through. Good show. See you later. Looking forward to seeing you next time. Just say, hey, how you doing? Just a little bit of something and comment and go. I need some comments on my algorithms. I don't have enough comments. But I think I have plenty of watched hours. So, but anyway, that's all I'm going to do there. And then the next thing I'm going to do up here is I'm going to make a fence. Let's see if I can make a fence. A little picket fence. Just sketch it in a little bit. Not too not too bad here. He's out on the farm. I could have put a red barn back in there. Snorting boots. You all vote. Somebody be a leader and write them all down and put number 1, number 2, number 3, and let everybody vote. So there's that. That looks all right. We're just going down the road here, and it doesn't have to be all the way across. But we can do it. We'd have it moving over here. So there's some of the fence, and I can do an end, um, a brace like that. And then I can do one across, and I can do that. Making a little pig pen. Pig pen. That's what it is. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to get uh, that other tan back out. This one here. So now I'm done with the picture and I'm going rogue. Okay, this is what I do. Go rogue, and then I do me. This is where Beth comes in, and she takes over, and she does all kinds of things. Oh, good, guys. Thank you, Candy. I can always depend on my Candy. Now, what I'm going to do here is just a little bit of a highlight. And maybe just one side. And I picked these little tips up, these painting tips from all of you guys who paint. I I picked these little tricks from you guys because I've never had a painting lesson. I just paint on here with you guys. So, but didn't that make it pop out and make it look real? So, who is who is your one of your favorite streamers to watch? Who's one of your favorite people to watch? So that's good. And I still want to do something more to the little pig. I like blending things. Just want y'all to know that. Blending is one of my favorite things to do. He needs some highlights. So I am going to give him a little bit of highlights. Let's get these paints fiddle faddled up here. They're falling down on me. There we go. Get them all up there so I can see them. I got my paints all stacked up over here on a shelf. So, so I've got this darker beige, and we're going to try this. Try this. If you can tell, because I can do a little bit of I might even go with a white. Give him a little bit of some mud stains. Just a little shadows there that he's been out. He's been out in the pig pen. That's what he does. And I think this leg down here is too skinny. So I'm going to widen it. That looks all right. And this one too. Those little black guys. The back ones are. Anyway, there we go. Now I know that you all can't see that as well as I do, but I can see the shadows. I can see some of that. And it will look a lot better once I outline it again with my black pen. So don't quit on me yet. Now, I'm going to do a little tiny, tiny, tiny bit of sky up here with my sky blue. And I think it's this one. No, that's gray. We don't want a gray sky. We got to have a pretty sky. I've got just a smidgen of paint in the bottom of this, and I like it. So I've been hoarding the very last drop, and I'll have enough right there. That's all I need to do this entire spot up here. And I'm going to do the sky. And I'm going to get a bigger paintbrush. And I'll use a wet brush to go down in there to get the paint. And I'll show you what I'm going to do. It's a wet brush, so I'll go down there and get that little dollop of paint, and I'll do this whole sky. Yeah, because we can. And I like to do it this way. I just scribble it on, and I use a wet brush. And if I need more water on the brush, I'll dip it in the water and spush and even spread it out a little bit further. So yeah, there we go. Get it on the edges. Make it the wind swirl. And I'm going to use my expand paste. If y'all haven't seen the expand paste, I'm pretty good about sharing the news. I love my expand paste. It makes great clouds. So there's our sky. It's a sunny sky, sunny afternoon. And I will be putting a little bit of grass in my pen. And I'm going to get my expand paste out. So this is the expand paste. It comes in several different brands. A lot of people keep it. It's not the same as texture paste. This is expand paste, and it's heat activated, and it lasts a long time. It's got this protective lid on it that you have to put back on, so it'll keep it good. And there's the expand paste, and I'm going to get another brush. And you could put it on with a palette knife, and I just dry my brush off. And use a clean brush. So, did you all decide on? Uh, oh, Kellyanne wants mud on the boots. Well, he just walked out, and he's tiptoeing around. And you're right. I'll put a little bit of mud on him. So here we go with this expand paste, and I'm making some clouds. So I just kind of dabble this around, and these light fluffy clouds are just floating by in the sky. Cloudy, it's a cloudy day. Light fluffy clouds, last midsummer clouds. All right, so this is before the winter comes in. Clear skies. So there's some clouds, and they're fluffing around. And then I am going to put a little bit of a barn back here. Let's see if I can do it. And we're going to put the heat gun to this in just a minute. Give me a minute, because I'm going to do a little barn. So this is, like I said, I'm going rogue right now. And so it's going to be a sketchy barn. It's not going to be anything fancy, but it's just going to be back here in the in the midst of just the background, just a hint of a barn back here. And then that's the upper part, and I'll do a barn door here. Just a little hint of a barn. And that's all I'm going to do. I just want a little sketchy back there, because it's not the focal point, but it is in the picture, and it looks good. And I can do a little bit more highlighting around that with my black pen at the end after everything is dry. So now I'm going to do the clouds with the expand paste, and I think I will put a little bit of cloudage right there. I thought I would. One more. One more little cloud over here. like that. Okay, now we're going to hit the magic. Now we're going to do the magic. And I'll lift it up so you all get to watch because this is the fun part. Here we go. You see it change and puff up, and it goes white, like it puffs up white. This is where you go, ooh, ah. And it will burn, so you do have to be careful. It will brown your paint if you don't move it around enough. But I think that's it. It's all expanded now. And look at our picture. Woohoo! Let me dry the boots a little bit. And I'll put some mud on the boots. He needs a mouth. I'll make him a mouth with my black marker. Yes, you can add color to it, and it doesn't hold color a lot. It comes out pastel, and you can buy the expand paste in different colors. And I like to get the almond color because it does white, and I do waves, water, snow, uh, uh, mostly clouds and water and snow is about the three big things that I use it for. In the wintertime, it's great. I did a barn one time with snow on the top of the and a snow scene and a tree, and it was cute. So yeah, so I think everything is dry except for the gel, the glitter gel, the glitter glue. It's glitter glue, and we're almost done. I just got a few more things to do. Everything is pretty dry, and this is all dry. It's all dry except for the boots. So the next thing I like to do is I have a marker over here. Let's see if I can find it. It's not the same marker I had last night that I like. It's probably down here on the table. It is. If it if you can't find it, look on the table somewhere. So what I'm going to do, oh, I got to do some green yet. So what I'm going to do is do a little bit of uh, highlighting up here on the barn, and then around the doors, and just a little something there. And I am going to go around the pig and outline him. And then I'm going to do the black around his inside of his boots to show the shadow there. Around his inside of his boots. A little bit there. I'm not going to do any more on the boots because it's got red glitter glue on it. It'll run the end of my nib. So, put a little ear there. Oh, I've got to feather his fur because he's got peach fuzz on. And then he's going to have a little mouth. Oh, yeah. And anytime you do a mouth, all you have to do is just turn up that little bit of corner, turn it upwards, and it turns from a plain face into a smile. I like doing that. We like happy pictures. So I'm just going to do a little bit of brushing here, maybe a little bit of here, and a little bit of here, uh, and then maybe something like that. His nose, just a little tiny markings, not a whole lot, but it just makes it pop when you do something like small like that. Now I've got a brush pen and I've got a light one here, and I'm going to feather around his face, at least his face, with the brush pen. And it's got a real, it's brushes on the end, and they're real fine. And I'm just going to go around his ears and create a little fuzz. Because he's got peach fuzz. Yeah, buddy. We were talking about pigs last night, Joe and I was. And Joe, if y'all don't know Joe, he's my sidekick. He comes in and helps read the chat sometimes. But we were talking about pigs and farm animals and chickens, and and I guess it's because the way things are going these days in our old world, um, people are starting to have chickens and put chicken coops in their backyards and producing your own chicken eggs and stuff and chickens, grow chickens to eat. And we did as a kid. I kind of lived on we called it a city farm because we weren't really out in the country. We were just 3 miles from city limits. But we did have farming things, and my dad tried to do a little bit of farming, but it was hard because he worked, and he had another job. And but I had a great uncle who did have a farm up way back up in the holler, and he had cows and pigs and chickens, and he had farm. He would grow food, everything you can think of. He would grow it, and I can remember going up there in the summer times and picking strawberries, and he'd take them down to the market and sell them on the weekends. So, but anyway, my grandfather was his brother-in-law, or my grandmother was his sister, and he would bring my grandpa uh, the hog head, and because the market, when you slaughter a pig, they don't want the head. They take what they want off the pig, and then they throw it away. So he would get the heads back of his pigs, and he would bring my grandfather one, and my grandfather would sit on the back of the porch and with a bunch of newspaper on the ground, and he would scrape the meat off of the head with he'd be there with a knife, and he'd have several dishes around him, and he'd put all the meat and the fat in one dish, and he would cook that and gel it and turn it and put it in a loaf pan, and it would make head cheese. It's called head cheese. It was pork head cheese, and all it was the extra goody fat, and the good fat, and the extra meat off of the head of the pig, and it was a delicacy. Head cheese, yeah, yeah, and he would cook it and gel it and put it in the loaf pan, put it in the refrigerator, and then he would slice it, and it was an edible dish. And he would also, and this is not gross. This is life. This is food to feed the kids, the 9 kids that they would have back in the day. They both my grandmother and grandfather had 8, 9, 10 siblings, and they ate everything. And of course you've heard of pickles feet and pickled ears and stuff like that. And the cows, he would even cook the cow tongue and boil it, and he would have a tongue sandwich and slice it real thin after you boil it, and it was like a bologna. To me, it was like a real dense bologna sandwich, and I ate a bite of it, but that's about it. But you would, if you had nothing else on the table. If you were starving, you would eat try the food. And so anyway, there is my fuzzy pig. Can you tell the difference? Now I just have the green left to do, and I might as well. I could use my pens to do this with. Let's try doing um, some a little bit of grass in the field here. Some of these could have some grass still around the barn, and you could even have some foliage over here. We did this last night on the beach. Just a little something to accent. And I liked my picture. I love it. How about you guys? Which name did you all decide? Which name was it? There you go, Candy. I didn't eat it. I just took a Scout's honor bite. But I don't remember, and I probably don't remember eating the head cheese. it was it was pretty. It didn't look like it's Mister or Mrs. Boots. We got to get some brown paint on his toes. And then I think I've done everything that I'm supposed to do. Okay, he's got some mud. Okay. So, but life is life. And we're getting back to gardening in our backyards. It's coming, guys. It's a coming. And but there's a couple little highlights, and we are done. So I'm just going to put a date on this puppy, this piggy. Okay, Melissa wants to do a book in the 365 book, and I can show you all that. I would love to show it to you. And Melissa, you picked me out a page number. We've got some new guests in the room. So I like to put a date on my art projects. I used to sign, but the whole book is me. So I'm not signing it anymore. I don't think this is going to be a Picasso type thing, but he is maybe inspiration. Mrs. Boots. Okay, Mrs. Boots it is. Miss, we'll do MS because she's young. She's still a little young on the young side. Okay, we'll do Miss Boots. That is cute. And I take a picture of it, and I also put it in my uh, Facebook page. And I just thought of something else we got to do. We got to have a couple of little birds back here hanging around the barn. We should have some chickens back there, but we'll put a couple of birds in there just for fun. So, but this is what I do. This is a perfect example of the things that I do in my room. One of the things that I do, because I do so many things. We do a lot of fun things. It's totally mixed media. And I'm only touching a few things this last night and tonight and today, just a few things that I do. I'm going to try to introduce all some more things as I stream throughout the week. And I will be streaming midnight to 2 a.m. every night this week and all the way through Saturday, uh, to Saturday morning, uh, 12 midnight to 2 a.m. And then I will also be streaming. My regular stream hours is Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays. It's from 6 to 9. So I will be streaming those 3 days normally, but they're in the schedule, on the schedule of the streamathon as well. So I'll be streaming quite a bit. Let's see what number Melissa said. Did she give me a number? Yeah, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, and if you can remember to go back and leave me a comment after it's loaded up on the internet, uh, that would be awesome. A little comment on any of them that you see, and I do have a whole 5 years worth of videos in my list. Go if you go to my web page or my channel page, touch the live button, and that's where all my videos are because they were all live. And I do have a Facebook group. If you're interested in doing some trading and swapping, we trade and swap once a month. So that's good. And I'm looking for Melissa's number. Number. Did anybody see her put a number in? I'm looking for a number between 1 and 365. You all can, somebody can help me. And these are this is the book, and it's a prompt book. It's 365 days of this one is called Feel Good Art. There are about 5 other books, and they all have days of something, days of something. So there's different books. This is a bluish purple and pink book. Melissa says 104. Thank you, Melissa. So what I like to do is I mark it off on the page on the up here, so I know which ones I've done because it gets pretty complicated when you get them all filled up. So 104 is next. We've got that one ready to go. But these prompts are like icebreakers. Um, they're fun to do, and we don't do the book in order. We mix it up. Um, there's no right or wrong, and it'll probably take us 2 years to finish this book. We've been working on it since January, and this is the second book. The yellow book put away, that was the old book, and we haven't done all of the pages in it, but it's getting full. It's getting there, and this one is getting nice and fluffy. It's getting nice and fluffy. So now we go to 104, and you don't have to finish anything. You just start it, and if you want to finish it, finish it. If you don't have time, you move on. You move on. But you can see what we have done, and we do them together. And there's no right or wrong in the art, so you can do it any whatever your interpretation. It tells you what to do. Up here's a little paragraph. It tells you what to do, and you do what it says, or what you think it says, or what you want it to say it has said. So I'm just doing a little flip through as we go back through here, and some are better than others. Some are funner than others. Some are simple, and we move on. But we always have a good time. And I have, and if you don't have the book, you can do this in your art book. You don't have to have the book. There's 103 and 104. Oh boy, it looks like we got some peaches. That looks like lemons, and that looks like an orange or peach. I don't know. Let's see what it says. Choose a piece of fruit and draw it using 3 different materials. Notice which material you enjoy the most. Are there certain qualities you like in each of your drawings? So when life gives you lemons, then you draw them. So these are lemons, and they're drawn with 3 different products or art supplies. So we can do brush pens, crayons. Um, Maybe you all could list out a few of this. Um, um, Prompts that you could use for this page. Colored pencils. I've got ink tints. I've got regular colored pencils. I've got brush pens. I've got chalk. And I've got oil pastels. I've got watercolor. I've got paint. There's ink pens. I could do ink pens. So, and I think I'm just going to do an orange. So if I do an orange, I've got 2 products right here. Oil pastels. These aren't very expensive at all. I think I got these for about $6 or $7 on Amazon. So I'm going to go for the orangey colors here. I'm going to put this paint up over here so it don't spill it. And I'm going to go with the orange colors and orange. And I have orange trees. I do have orange trees. And maybe one yellow. Maybe one yellow. Okay. So I'm just going to put this over to the side till I'm done with my crayons. These are like crayons, oil pastels. Oh, I need a green for the stem, don't I? It's going to be very similar to the lemons, but I'm making oranges. So we'll do some greens. I'll do a couple of greens. And let's see what we can make out of all of this. That way I can use all of these. And then I've got these old chalks right here. These chalks are as old as I am. My mother had these chalks when I was a little girl. And she was a school teacher and an art major, and she would draw posters with some of her chalks. And I think this is her second box. And we would we would find the chalk and use it on our chalkboards. And then she would gently come over and give us the sidewalk chalk and just slowly back this chalk away and said, "These are my good chalks and you can't have those." But she let us have the play chalk. And we said, "Oh, okay, no problem." But we find something, we'd use it, because that's the kind of family we were. So, and now I have them, and she gave them to me several years ago, and you can see they're not used very much. So I try to use them. I do try to use them. So let's make a stem, um, and I'm going to make my stem go the other way. Well, maybe not. I'll just go. I'll keep with the. I'll kind of keep with this some similarity. So we're going to make a stem, and we're going to make some leaves, and then we're going to have a stalk with an orange on it right in here. And this is going to be some more leafage, more leaves. And then in the leaf, I'll have a little bit of green. And then I've got another little blendy green. These are oil pastels, and they will move a little bit with water. You can smudge them too. And then we're going to make an orange. And that's what it looks like. They look like oranges. Sometimes they're blotchy. All of the skin on my oranges are blotchy, and they are like that in the orange orchards. Um, and then when they take them into the factories, they clean them, and then they add color to the orange. So the oranges you buy in the store are painted, tinted to look that way. And I'm going to use a little bit of water. Let's see if I can't move it around a little bit. It's not moving too much. And but they're waxy, so you can even try rubbing them a little bit. But I'm not done with this yet, so we're just going to start with that. And we're going to put another orange on top of it. And I'm rubbing the paper off now. I had it wet, so that's okay. But there's my orange. Put some little highlights on it. But it's nice to have your own fruit trees down here. Okay, so there's one, and that's oil pastels. So I can put these back away. And if I do it now, it makes my desk a lot cleaner. Cleaner. I don't know which one went there, but we'll put that one there. We're not too picky. Put that there. And I do try to use these as much as I can. And it's fun to do it in these prompts. It's fun to use them in the prompts. And the next one we're going to do is chalk. And we get to do the same thing. We'll do the orange. And then we'll do a little shading on the orange. I'm going to like this one the best. And this is real school chalk. It's hard. It's a school chalk. My mother was a teacher. And then we're going to get a couple of these greens, and we're going to make uh, some leaves. That looks pretty good. And I'll add some more other shades to my leaves. Like that. Like that. All right. And then the next thing, I can still do just a hint of more green in there. I think I'll try my Inktense pencils. I like my Inktense pencils. They're they're pretty good. They're one of, I use them all the time, and I have them right here. If you don't have Inktense pencils, you need to invest in some Inktense pencils. So we're going to do orange, and I'm going to try a little pink on the orange, and a highlight on the orange, and maybe a little bit of yellow on the orange. Then we're going to use green and green, a couple little different greens. I think that's about it. So so here's my my stick, my twig. There's one. You got to get the orange in here. And then let's do the orange. And then we'll do some highlights. And some more highlights. Like that. And just a little bit more green. And then when I finish with this last pencil, I'm going to use a wet, damp brush, and I'm going to activate the ink in the lead. The lead is made up of ink. It's dried ink and made into lead. And the Inktense is water activated, and then because it's ink, after it dries, it will be permanent. Watercolor pencils are not permanent, but they're just as good. But the Inktense, I think, are my favorite. So we'll do the orange first, and you just gently go over it with the damp, and it makes it more brighter and brilliant. And then you can go over the leaves, and when you blend them, those colors pop out, and I love it. I love the blend. It's my favorite. And there is our orange. So I think number 3 is going to be my favorite. Number 2 is going to be my number 2 place. And the first one is my oil pastels. But they're all pretty good. There's the Inktense pencils. And that is how you do a prompt in the 365 book. And so we like to put the date on them. Raul's got some announcements. Listen up. I think Miriam and Diane are next. After me, they'll be on at 1:30, and they'll be a dynamic duo. You will love them. They will be good. So that's how you do a prompt in the prompt book. So I have a little piece of paper here that I'm going to put down, wax paper, to keep it clean. So when I'm going to leave it open for the moment. So uh, so it'll dry a little bit more. And that is that. And let's see what I can show you. Let's see what else I can show you. Something that I do in my room. This is something that I do. I've just got a few more minutes before Miriam come and Diane come on, and there's the link up there. So you all go over there next, and what Q-tip? Okay, what Q-tip? Candy, are you live? Are you up to date? Oh, you can use baby oil to blend the oil pastels with Candy. Thank you, Candy. Yes, you can. And I do have a little bottle of oil up here that I use. I like to use Skin So Soft. It makes everything smell so good. You sure can. You can use the oil on the pastels. So lots of things that we can do in art. Okay, but this is a reverse collage book that I have. It's um, not to offend anybody with a new book, but this was a used book. I got it from the used bookstore, and I'm altering it and giving it a second life. And Lisa Conway uh, enabled me to get this book. She did. She enabled me, and and so what I like to do, or what we do with a reverse book, is we take images and pictures and things and collect them, and then we go into the book and we add things to each of the pages, uh, and make a new scenery out of the page. So I have to take and rub my hands over it to find out what I've done. Like the cat, I put the cat in, and I put this little girl in. I'm gonna move y'all down a little closer so you can see. And then I put this statue, and I put a feather in its hat, and it was through this doorway. And this book is a book of decorating. It's style, and it has like 5 different countries in it, and it's got Japan, Italy, India, Syria, and Mexico are the different countries that it it has examples of decorating houses and things. And then I go in, like I said, and I put pictures in, and some of them are funny, and some of them are imaginative, and some of them are different. Some of them it's like this bird. It just went with the page because it was a black and tan page, and he popped out, and so that's where he was. This page, I put a napkin down, and I found this yellow girl, and this was out of another art book. This is a famous painting of somebody's. And then I found this little picture of a girl in a bee suit, and it matched the page. And so she's standing on her hand doing a spin. So you have to have imaginative imagination to do these reverse collages. You can paint in them. You can paint out stuff and add more paintings. If you ever watch Dee Dee Willingham, her reverse collages are out of this world, and they are out of this world because she does a lot of universe scenes in the space. So they are out of this world, and mystic and mythical and things. So anyway, this girl came out of a fashion magazine, and she matched the page, and she's walking through the house. And then this vintage girl right here, this is a shelf, and I only had half of a girl anyway, and it looks good sitting there on the shelf, you know. And this book is in progress. I'm working in this book as we speak. We work on it from time to time. And but this is a sample of a reverse collage, and and what I like to do. And I these are this was a dog on a, I think, on a dog box, a cookie box. It was a dog because it's on cardboard. And then this cat, I have it in some clip art. I have clip art, a couple of clip art books that I cut out of. And see, I did the girl. This was normal of the book, and I did the girl, and she's overlooking the castle. I like that. So you have to use your imagination, and it's not just something. Um, it's something that is acquired, but it's also something you have to work at, because the very first book that I collaged wasn't anything like this. It was so different. And and is that who it is? Got roll. These are people magazines and fashion magazines, and this girl here, she's looking up into the sun and holding her hands up over her eyes to shade her eyes, and it just looked really good in front of this fence. And we're getting into the Japan decor now, and I like a lot of the Japan decor. And this was a busy page with lots of different pictures, and I added to it. This picture was already in there. It's a Japan because you see the writing, but this one came out of the London area. This is one of their phones, or phone booths, and I put it in because the red went. So this picture was in there, but the girl I put in from another magazine. So you see how you can fit things in to make them fit like they belong into the page. So it's just fun to do, and this I just put an X of this washi tape, and the rest is natural to the page. But it looks like it was taken there. I think it does. And then this page, I have to feel again. I've had this old uh, uh, vintage football player, and he's holding a ball, but he's throwing it to the dog. And this dog I put in over here, and he's standing up here on this little thing. So he looks like he's interacting with each other. So, but I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but you can create your own little world. Um, this is a bathroom in Japan, and then I found this picture in another magazine, and he's dressed to match the velvet curtains. So I thought he was going to the sink, into the bathroom. I thought it went well. And it's whatever you think it looks good, whatever you want to do, how you want to perceive it. This was a little couch down here, and I've got this girl standing behind the couch, and there was some this is a pillow right here with a flower on it, and I thought these die cuts looked good on this page. I've got some old photos in here, and that I put the treats there. And I will probably put something over here in this little space, and I can cover the writing up, and put a sign, or hang a photo on the wall. Yeah. And then this here, just look, this dog was out of my vintage book, clip art, and he just looks good there. He just looks good right there. So, but uh, but anyway, uh, I've got some pigs in over here. We're going to put this is a pig out of a magazine. So I got this other pig to put in somewhere over here, and I'll do something with this pig. And then I have some elephants, and I've got a rhino. I got some other animals over here, so I might be able to incorporate them in here too. And that's what I do. I go through and I stick pictures on the page till I get 3 or 4 pictures, and then I can go back and glue them on. Like I got this van Volkswagen right here, and this girl's sitting down, and she could be sitting right on top of the Volkswagen would be a good spot for her. And this girl here, she could be sitting up here on this side. I can make it into a chair, and she's sitting down on something. So after I get two or three things in here, I can put them together, and that's what I usually do. I go to all my cutouts, and I pick out three or four of them, and then I find a page that I think they would look good on, and I'll slip them in here. And see, like this could go good here in this frame. Part of that picture, part of that picture. There's a picture right here frame, and I could put this old picture in that picture frame. So I'll wait till I get a few more things in on each page, and then I'll do it one day, and I'll go through and glue down. You know, now this page here, I don't have anything on it but this one picture here, and the reason why I have this picture here is only because of the colors. It matched the colors of the page, so that's where that Eiffel Tower went. It's in France, but we're in Italy, in the Italy section. So you can use doilies and all kinds of things that you can find in magazines and things. So now it's 1:30, and Miriam should be coming on, and I'm going to say goodbye. And I will be back tonight at midnight. I get to take an afternoon nap and have some dinner with Joe, and then I'll be back at midnight tonight. So thank you all for coming in. The I'm just tickled to death. There were so many of you, and if you'd like to message me, please do. If you'd like to join my Facebook group, message me. Any questions? No, no problem whatsoever. Uh, Let me know. I'd love to get in contact with all of y'all. I know you all know most of my group, and I thank you for my regular followers. So I'm going to say goodbye, and you all have a great rest of the day. See you later. Bye bye.